Hi everyone, welcome back to the Ananth studio. So today we'll be talking about personal branding. I've been reading a bit about that. So although in my 18 years of career, I might have used this concept already in some fashion, but not in a very scientific manner or a conscious manner. So today we'll talk about how do we do this personal branding for ourselves. So let's get on with it. I'm not an expert in personal branding, so I'm just sharing my views, what I've understood out of this, and hopefully that will help you. So what is personal brand? So I'll read out the definition that's coming up in the internet. Your personal brand is how you promote yourself. It's a unique combination of skills, experience, and personality that you want the world to see. It is the telling of your story, how it reflects your conduct, behavior, spoken, unspoken words, and attitudes. So this is a general definition, I can say, of personal branding given by some website. So let's see what some people have to say about personal branding. Let's go through some quotes. So William Arruda, who is a personal branding guru, says, if you introduce yourself as your job title, you are a commodity, not a brand. Did you get that? So it's a very powerful statement. Okay, so we are all working in our companies as employees. So we have to question ourselves whether we have created our personal brand or not, or are we still a commodity and we have to go by our titles. The next quote that I saw, which was very interesting about personal branding, was, your personal brand is the feeling people have about who you are and what you do. So this is another quote for you. The third quote by Peter Montoya goes like this. Personal branding lets you control how other people perceive you. You are telling them what you stand for. Great statements. So from this, we can get some idea about what is personal branding. But now, let's come to the how of this whole thing. How do we go about creating our personal brand? I think that's the most difficult part. So I've tried to summarize what I have seen in the websites, what's there out there in the internet. I try to summarize that for myself, and you can take what you like out of this. So let's go right there. I've tried to use the same word brand and tried to look at the alphabets and then come up with a summary for myself to remind myself of how to create a brand regularly, so that I'm conscious about this and I'm consciously doing it. So brand, let's start with B. I think you have to be yourself. Be yourself. You don't have to imitate anyone. You don't have to copy anyone. You have to be just yourself. But you have to be the best of yourself. Next, R in brand word, resourceful, I think, is an important attribute that we should have to create our own brand. What does resourceful mean? What is the dictionary meaning of resourceful? I'll read that out. Having ability to find quick and clever ways to overcome difficulties. So you should have the network to contact when you have a difficulty and quickly arrive at a solution. So that means resourceful. I think for creating our personal brand, we have to have the resourcefulness in us. The next alphabet is A, which I think should be articulate. So in order to create a personal brand, you have to be very articulate. You have to communicate really well. So what does articulate mean? What is the dictionary meaning of articulate? It means speak fluently, clearly, and coherently. So communication is going to be very important if you really have to try building your personal brand. The next alphabet is N for nimble. So what does nimble mean? Agile. So for instance, you have to be a quick learner, you have to quickly adapt to situations and then perform really well. So you have to be nimble in whatever you are doing. I think that's again a very important attribute to build your personal brand. Finally, we come to D, which I feel should be demonstrate. You have to demonstrate your skills through visible actions. Why I say visible is, your actions have to be really visible for everyone to notice you and then perceive your skills. Okay, it's all about perception that other people have about ourselves, right? So your actions will show what kind of a person you are, what skills you have, and that helps you in building your personal brand. So I think these are the important things that I can summarize for building a personal brand for ourselves. Now let's take an example of some people who have been very successful in creating the brand. Let's talk about Sir Abdul Kalam. He is one of the most liked persons in India. Now what is the brand that he has created for himself? He has shown that he is a non-corrupt person. He has shown that he is a person of values. He has shown how hard work really pays, and he has worked so hard to come from a very humble family and become the president of India. So see how he has created his brand through his actions on a day-to-day basis. He is one of our greatest scientists that India ever had. So see all this, what he has done throughout his life, and he did not have a flashy accent in English, but he was so great in communicating with the audience. So when he became a president, he used to meet students, he used to meet corporates, he used to meet journalists, and the way he used to interact with them, we can understand he was speaking from his heart, right? So all these actions of his created a personal brand for himself, right? Let's take another example. Elon Musk, you must have heard. You can't miss that guy. So he is such a radical thinker. Nobody believes when he says something, but later they see that happening. He achieves that. Those innovative ideas that he comes up with, nobody can even think about at that point in time. But he comes up with that and proves that it can be done. So he's a brand on his own, not related to the companies that he's working for or that he has started or he has founded, right? So these are some of the examples that I wanted to give you so that you can relate to what we have been talking about as personal branding. So let's think about it and try to improve ourselves further. So if you like this video, please subscribe this channel and please share these videos with other people so that they can get the benefit of what we are talking about as individuals. So I won't call this as a training, but it's more of sharing of what I think some of these things are and how we can apply them based on my experience. So please do subscribe, share, and we'll meet you next time with another video. Till then, thank you so much.